Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Well done, Sheikh Muhammad. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Lesson number 2 from Ramadan benefits. Right. And in last lesson we looked at how the month begins. No, last lesson we looked at what is Ramadan. It's the 9th month of the calendar. It is the 4th pillar of Islam. And we looked at how it begins and how it ends. What did we look at in the last lesson? What do you remember from the last lesson? What do you remember from last lesson, Muhammad? How does the month begin? The first hadith. Start fasting.
Start fasting
when you see
the new moon.
When you see the new moon. And if you don't see the new moon, and if you don't see the new moon, if you don't see the new moon, here, come point out the board. Which hadith are we talking about? That one, right.
But then hit the new moon.
That exactly. Oh yeah, that's a good observation. Well done. Right. So now, what this hadith teaches us is that Ramadan can only begin in a certain way. We can't choose when Ramadan begins and when it ends. Okay? And this is very important because you have to use your time properly. You have to use your time properly because Allah is the one who has written how long you are going to be alive for and how long your day is going to be and the things that are going to happen in your day, the things that are going to happen in your months, the things that are going to happen in your year and then in your life. But one of the biggest things Ramadan teaches us, one of the biggest things that Ramadan teaches us in your forever is the way Ramadan begins and the way Ramadan ends, and it's a guest and it comes and it goes and it's gone before you know it. Today is already the 3rd fast and it's going so quick. So this teaches us that the moon is not going to stop for you. This teaches us the sun is not going to stop for you. The wind and the rain is not going to stop for you. All of these things are going to carry on. You're going to walk on this earth and then you're going to leave. And the moon will remain behind. And Ramadans will carry on coming and going. So what does that mean? You have to use your time properly. Good. Where's the stick gone? That's the first hadith.
Use your time in a
good way. Good. Can you give me examples of good ways?
Praise Allah.
Good. Anything else?
Reading the Quran.
Anything else?
Doing taqwa.
Doing taqwa. Good. Anything else? Yeah. Okay. So that's good. What is taqwa?
To do the right thing.
Exactly. That's beautiful. All of this is taqwa. What you've said is salah is taqwa. Quran is taqwa. Doing the right thing is taqwa. Okay. So now, if you get angry, what should you do? Say. And then?
And then do this.
And then talk to someone. That's taqwa. Because instead of listening to shaitan, that person who got angry.
But we just made up.
Okay, good. But then instead of that person getting angry, they've listened to Allah. That's taqwa. Do you understand? So this month is a month of taqwa, and this month teaches us how to have taqwa for the rest of our lives. Then we looked at the next hadith. When the month of Ramadan starts, what happens? 3 things in this hadith. Number 1, the doors of Jannah and the doors of the hellfire are locked, and the shayateen
are punching the door.
No, they're not punching the door. Why are they not punching the door? Because they are
chained up.
They're chained up. They're locked up.
They're like this under arrest.
So what this means is that shaitan really wants to be bad to you. Shaitan really wants you to go astray. Shaitan really wants you not to listen to your parents, not to listen to the Quran, not to listen to what the religion tells you what to do. Shaitan really wants to mess you up. But Allah is so kind to us this month. He takes away the shaitan, opens the doors of Jannah. Why? Because Allah wants us to enter into Jannah. He wants us to go into Jannah. And what this month teaches us, because it goes by very quickly, some people will think, okay, well, Islam is a bit hard, isn't it? You have to pray 5 times a day and you have to do certain things and you have to stop doing certain things. But really, Ramadan teaches us that Islam is not that hard. It looks hard, but it's not hard. your parents are fasting for very long hours, but sit back, please. Your parents are fasting for long, but we enjoy it. We like it. It's good for us. Do you understand? So whenever your parents are telling you do this or don't do that, it might seem bad at first, but it's not bad. It's actually something which is very good for you because the religion is very, very good. And Allah, in this month, teaches us how kind He is by giving us Islam. How kind He is by increasing our reward and forgiving us. And that's why we have Eid at the end of it. What's the point in having Eid? So you just get lots of presents?
No.
What's the point in Eid then?
To celebrate that we've finished fasting?
Yeah, but why? So that we can eat and drink again, so let's celebrate? No. The reason why we have Eid is to celebrate that Allah's been kind to us. It's to celebrate that Allah's forgiven
And to
us.
celebrate so we can't eat.
Okay, good. Right, the shayateen are locked up. Now this is very important. The shayateen are locked up. During the days of Ramadan, you really need to try and behave yourselves. Because now, if you don't behave yourselves, it's probably because of your own self, not the shaitan. So now, you can't blame shaitan. You have to only blame yourself if you don't listen. So now, if you're not listening to something which is good, some people listen to music and that kind of stuff, you need to stop it. If you watch things that are not good, things that got shirk in it, things that got magic in it, that kind of stuff, then you really need to stop it. This month is a month that you need to be on your best behavior. Why? Put your hand up, remember. Yeah? Go on then.
Shaitan can't get the TV.
He can. Of course he can. And he can come out of the TV as well and show you things that are not good. And show you things which are not right. So now, wait.
He makes the people that make like shirk stuff.
Yeah.
Do that shirky cartoons.
Exactly. Maybe. We don't know. But the point is that forget what he does and why he does it. We're not interested in that. We're interested in Allah. We're interested about doing the good deeds. We're interested in being like the prophets. We're interested with the angels being our friends. We're not interested about what shaitan does.
We're interested in Allah.
Exactly. Well done, Muhammad.
Exactly.
That's why this month is important, because the shayateen are locked up. So you can't blame anyone. You can only blame yourself. If you find yourself doing something wrong, you really need to control yourself. The way you talk, the way you behave, the way you pray salah, the way you pray Quran. And in the last hadith, oh, look at the reward from Allah. What happens? You remember the third hadith that we did? What happens on the Day of Judgment? Yeah, no, it's very small. I'm very sorry. And for the viewers at home, very sorry. Don't touch that. Wait, let me see if we can zoom.
It's even smaller.
So we can zoom it. Yeah, we can zoom it. Yes. Right. So hadith number 3. In Jannah, there is a gate which is called Ar-Rayyan, through which only those who observe Psalm, fasting, enter on the Day of Judgment. Right. So Ar-Rayyan is a door from the door of Jannah, from the doors of Jannah, and Allah has made it for those. Yeah, one, because it's got many doors. So it's one door from the many doors of Jannah, and Allah has made it for those who. For those who what?
Fast.
Hadith number 4 from Ramadan benefits. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this hadith says, whoever fasts Ramadan and they believe in Allah and they want to get Allah's rewards, all of their past sins will be forgiven. Yes, well done. Exactly, yeah. So now this shows us the importance of Islam and the importance of fasting in Islam. And in this hadith we have 2 very important things that you need to have in your life. And that is Ikhlas and Taqwa. Ikhlas and Taqwa. What's Ikhlas? What's Taqwa? No, Ikhlas is not to do the right thing. Ikhlas is to make Allah happy and to want to go to where? To the park?
No.
To where?
The big park that never ends.
Excellent, well done. So now, Ikhlas means that we want to make Allah happy. What did I say about raising your hand? What? To go to?
Allah's park.
Exactly, Allah's gardens, because Jannah means gardens. Basically like a park. Well done. Right, now, Ikhlas is important in this hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you got ikhlas, Allah will forgive all your sins if you fast Ramadan. Why is ikhlas important? Because you have to do it for the right reason. You can't do it for other people. You have to do all of your deeds for Allah, to make Allah happy and not to make people happy, and to enter into Jannah and not to live in the dunya, not so that you can have nice things in the dunya. And if you do that, Allah will give you nice things in the dunya. Allah will make you a person that you will be happy in the dunya. Do you understand? Now this is very important because you know some people in life doing this or that, it's not a good thing for me to do, and I'm not bothered, and I don't want to go to school, and I don't want to do my homework, and I don't want to go to work, and why should I do this and why should I do that? Sit back properly. Why do you think that's wrong? People who believe that kind of stuff.
Because it's bad and they're listening to shaitan.
They are listening to shaitan, but the reason why that is bad, Muhammad, the reason why that is bad is because Allah tells us to have ikhlas. And when you have ikhlas, then you can remember that, yes, sometimes you will feel lazy, and sometimes you will feel tired, and sometimes you feel like you don't want to do it, but it will help you to do those actions. Why? Why? Because you know that you want to go to Jannah. It will keep you motivated. It will keep you remembering that, okay, if it's difficult right now, but at least I'll get rewarded in the hereafter. So you need to have ikhlas in Ramadan when you fast. And you need to have taqwa. What's taqwa? What's taqwa? Come on, concentrate. What's taqwa? To do the right thing.
And not get angry.
And not get angry. Yeah.
You need to say out of it.
Okay, say out of the and then go.
Yeah.
Yeah. To do the right thing. So now, if you have ikhlas and taqwa and you want to get Allah's Jannah and you fast Ramadan like that, then Allah will forgive you of your sins. So now imagine this is Ramadan. What will happen after Ramadan if you carry on like that? Exactly. You will have an Eid day every day. The next hadith.
But Friday is Eid.
Yeah, it's only Eid for those people who have certain things in their life. Some people, they have Friday every Friday. Every week they have a Friday. But it's just like a normal day for them. They go to the mosque and they carry on doing bad deeds. But it's only an Eid for those people who have ikhlas and taqwa throughout the week. And then when they see another week, they carry on trying to do those good deeds and becoming better. That's why ikhlas and taqwa is important. It helps you become better. It helps you. One second. Thank you for calling me Ustadh, but I'm your dad as well. You can call me Ustadh Baba. But it helps you become better. Ikhlas and taqwa helps you become better because it helps you to do the right thing and stay away from the wrong thing for the right reason. You don't do it for the sake because mum's looking or dad's looking. What happens if mum and dad are not there? Are you going to stop doing good deeds and going to start doing bad deeds? No. Because you know that Allah is looking and you want to make him happy. What's your question, Muhammad? Muhammad, what's your question?
Ustadh Baba,
yeah.
You know, my ouchies.
Okay, that's good. We'll talk about your ouchie later. Look at this hadith. Look at this hadith. We looked at the hadith of Rayyan. This hadith is amazing as well. Look at this. The Prophet ﷺ said, can you read it? To every slave of Allah who observes fasting
for one day for the sake of Allah, Allah will draw his face further from the hellfire to the extent of distance to be covered in 70 years.
Wow. What does that mean? Okay, the English is not so simple here, but let's just explain it. Anybody who fasts for Allah with ikhlas and taqwa, Allah will make him go 70 years further away from the fire for that one day. So every fast that you do, the further and further you get away from the hellfire. But this is very important because it must be done in a way that Allah is going to be happy with. So fasting, Muslims who fast, they need to fast whilst having ikhlas and having taqwa. And we've talked about before how important it is in this month that we try to be our best. because it's a month that Allah will put people into Jannah and save them from the fire and multiply their rewards.
Ustad,
Yes.
if you put that on there, there'll be no space for that.
Okay, thank you for that observation, Muhammad. Well done. Next hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, okay, now I'm going to tell you something and you might actually laugh. But you know when people fast, some people when they fast, they become very, very tired, and what do you think is going to happen to their breath?
Stinky.
Yeah, it's going to become stinky. You know why? When people don't eat food and you get hungry, it happens to everybody, even when you're not fasting. If you get hungry and you haven't had enough water or food or something like that, your breath will begin to smell a little bit rotten and not very nice. In this hadith, look, stop laughing. In this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, the person who is fasting, his breath with Allah is sweeter than perfume. It smells nicer than perfume. Now you might think, well, that doesn't, how is it smell nicer than perfume? It doesn't smell very nice. For some people, it smells very bad. And you are allowed to brush your teeth when you are fasting, by the way, right? But
don't eat the.
Yeah, don't eat or don't swallow the toothpaste. Right. But the point here between these two hadith, what we learn is that when you fast for the sake of Allah and you do it in private, you don't show off your good deeds. You want to make Allah happy and have ikhlas. Allah will save you from the hellfire and push you far away from the hellfire. But Allah will also replace the bad things that you have in the world, in the dunya, with things which are better. Allah will replace those people who do good deeds with something which is better. And if they have patience and they are going through a difficult time or something like that in their life, you know, you watch the TV and those adverts that come on with the people who need sadaqah and that kind of stuff.
Especially in Ramadan.
Especially in Ramadan, you need to help them. And when you help them, Allah will multiply and give you something in exchange which is far better. So if you give £1, Allah will give you something which is far better. If you take away your food for the sake of Allah, Allah will give you something which is far better. What is that? That your breath will become beautiful, even more beautiful with Allah than perfume. So this is a very important point. These two hadith, that when you do a good deed, Allah is actually taking you far away from His anger and His punishment. And Allah is actually giving you something which is going to be far greater than what you did in the first place. So when you pray Salah, Muhammad, Saleh, when you pray Salah, Allah is actually replacing that time that you have spent and that energy that you have spent with something which is far greater. So this is another very important two hadith from the hadith of Ramadan, because remember, Ramadan is a pillar of Islam, and the pillars of Islam teach us how to behave in our lives. Allah give us Iman, say Ameen. Give us Taqwa, give us Jannah. Don't be angry with us.
Oh, give us the perfume like the Prophet.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, that's very nice. Ameen. هذا والله أعلم وصلى اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Press the button, please.